Did 4chan really call in an airstrike? We've seen this mentioned on Reddit, and after some more research found out, as always, there is more to this internet legend. For those that don't know, 4chan is an image board where users post anonymously. It's actually the birthplace of the hacktivist group Anonymous. It's done many debatably good and bad things, some of which we will be elaborating on in later videos. That's a selfless plug for subscribe if you want to. All you need to know for this story is that 4chan is an infinite amount of back sweaters that post random comments and images and sometimes can form a coherent stream of thought. As this user describes on other normie sites, they base everything off of an ego-stoking upvote system, whereas on 4chan, any dumbass can have its day. It's divided into different boards or subs with their own specific content. The story in particular concerns the board Poll, a place for political discussion. Poll is known as politically incorrect. The other board that plays a part in this one is SG, or Syria General, which stands for General Syria stuff, anything, you get it. There have been several instances that SG and or Poll boards have been given credit for calling in airstrikes. The claims are that they have been identifying targets, relaying that information to a journalist named Ivan, who is somehow in contact with the Russian Ministry of Defense. Now, at this point, to be honest, we are skeptical. More information is needed, and I will be the one to infiltrate the archives of these faithful dates, get to the bottom of this basement-dwelling recluse delusion. Did 4chan really identify these locations? That would be impressive enough. But then were they also somehow able to relay that information to a source who could potentially identify and then strike them? We'll start by looking at 2 times 4chan has been given credit for such an airstrike. The first takes place on January 17th, 2016. Tweets show the location was reported by Ivan and was struck 2 days later. We're unable to find anything that would legitimately link 4chan as the source of this information being given to Ivan, but it is apparent that he tweeted the same location as the January 19th strike just 2 days before it happened. Now, the second strike 4chan has gotten credit for is on April 4th, 2016, 3 months later. There were 2 red flags that we should all be aware of. Though 4chan users were undeniably strutting their skills at locating landmarks via the satellite imagery, the location of the coordinate shows something a little strange about the background image. It's actually a water park. Not any water park, it's Blue Lagoon, which is apparently the largest water park in Syria. The other big red flag is the fact that Ivan's tweet from the coordinates was 7 hours older than the final location by 4chan users. All in all, we cannot comfortably give these shower-starved keyboard trolls credit just yet. If anything, many of the users knew that they did not in fact call in airstrikes. Some possibly did think they did, but regardless, what we do know is that Ivan does seem to have some connection with the Russian Ministry of Defense. The fact that 4chan users could actually influence something global from the comfort of their sticky computer chairs started a fire in the neckbeard colony. It was time for a term they had coined themselves: weaponized autism. The system had been engaged. The user comments, "I hereby call upon Poll users of Syria General to help identify more terrorist targets for bombing." He instructs them to find any recent rebel videos and screen cap landmarks and identifying features. Other users pile on and rally the troops. The message was clear: we are now combatants. A little over a month later, users share 2 recently uploaded terrorist training recruitment videos, asking if Syria General can find out where they were filmed. One user points out the power lines in an additional video of the same camp. Users start by finding the height of the towers and from there can determine their distance from each other, also the distance from the camp. Another user chimes in with the blueprints for the towers and estimates their height. Several minutes later, another cross-references 2 power towers, and a building from the video with Google Images. Another user seems to have found a probable location. With this information, the Autist Hive is able to pinpoint an area north of Latinama. More users pour in with screen caps of the videos cross-referenced with more Google Earth images. Some of the most compelling are of this building's support beams, which are clearly visible from the satellite images. Several more examples of this reiterate the same thing. Again, the power grid and the buildings line up with the aerial photos in northern Latinama. As everything continues to line up, and I struggle to say this, it actually appears that 72 virgins have located the terrorist. Once it's apparent that their findings are solid, they compile the evidence and send it to Ivan. He then confirms and passes it to his contacts in the Russian MOD. The SG Poll boards are buzzing with excitement. Could Ivan actually relay this information? Could anything come of their keyboard campaign? On May 30th at 21:46, Ivan confirmed he received the location and had relayed it to the Russian Ministry of Defense. Now 4chan waits, congratulating each other for all the progress that had been made. What they didn't expect was the location would be struck just a few hours later. Video posted the next morning, May 31st, confirms that an area north of Latinama was struck by Russian forces. As you can imagine, the neckbeards rejoice, letting the reality that their contribution actually had a small but very real impact, all from the comfort of their parents' basements. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you enjoyed this, please consider subscribing. This channel is brand new, and any support we get early will be more likely to help us continue to do things like make videos like this. If you have anything to add, anything that we missed, leave us a comment, let us know. Be sure to check that out. And thanks again. Have a great one.